Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are looking at the top 10 worst queues, since we took a look at the best ones last episode. And starting our list off at number 10, we have Spaceship Earth. This queue, it just doesn't really exist. There's nothing to look at. I like the mural at the very end. I think that's pretty cool, with the evolution painting and stuff. But it's mostly just outside, down and backs. And then as soon as you enter the ball, the ride's just right there, so it's hardly any wait at all. But if there is a wait, it's pretty terrible. But I think you should just wait on this ride. Like, don't get in line until about the end of the day or as soon as the World Showcase opens. So all the crowds, they move back, and then Spaceship Earth gets left with like a 20-minute wait, which is not too bad. So I would do that because Spaceship Earth is a top 5 attraction at Walt Disney World. The line is the worst. Well, one of the worst. But going to the Magic Kingdom for number 9, we are going to talk about It's a Small World. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I like the attraction. It's a classic. Walt Disney actually made it. Not ours, but the one in Disneyland. But the one in Disneyland is like beautiful and stuff, like on the outside with the facade and everything. But ours, I don't think it could be outside because I think I heard the rain would be too much for it. But yeah, it's just like you get in the building and it's just a bunch of down and backs and it's kind of slow. And then you get onto the ride. It's like hardly anything. I really struggled finding the 9th and 10th worst queues at Walt Disney World because, I don't know, I'm pretty easy to please. And if it doesn't have like a really short wait, I'm not really gonna wait in these lines. But yeah, definitely wait in Small World and Spaceship Earth's lines if you've never done them before. Spaceship Earth, wait until the afternoon though. Now we are staying in the Magic Kingdom, and we are going over Tomorrowland to the ride that's going to show up on every single worst list for me, and that is Buzz Lightyear. And it makes the list, and you should never go on it. It's terrible. The queue is just so lame. It's just a bunch of down and backs, and sometimes it goes outside, and it has some down and backs there as well. Inside, the lines are like really tight and narrow, and then it just gets really claustrophobic in there, and then it always smells bad in there. It's tight. The AC doesn't run that much in that ride because why would they run it? It's disgusting in there. Yeah, and then Buzz Lightyear is there, and that's cool, I guess, but it's pretty lame. I do not like this queue. Do not like this attraction. I think it's awful. All right, and then going over to Animal Kingdom, which I was surprised at. I didn't like as many queues as whenever I actually thought this out. Number 7 will be Kilimanjaro Safaris. I would fast pass this ride 100%. Waiting in line, it'll probably be like a 90-minute ride because there are not that many attractions at Animal Kingdom to eat into capacity. So it's just like a long hallway outside, and with not that much theming. It's not very great. But yeah, attraction is like up there with some of the best. I love the attraction. I think it's really awesome, for taking pictures of animals and doing something that you probably would never do in your life if you hadn't gone to Disney's Animal Kingdom. So I think that's a really cool thing that they do. But yeah, just fast pass it because you can get on in like 5 minutes and you don't have to just stand outside in the heat. It's shaded, but it's still gonna be pretty hot. Central Florida is pretty hot, so definitely try and fast pass it so you can just walk by all the people waiting and stand by and just laugh at them, because the queue sucks. Ride's amazing, queue sucks. All right, number 6, we're going over to Epcot, and it is Test Track. It's kind of cool in the first room with all the cars and stuff, but after that room, it's like hardly any theming at all. You go into the room where they put you on a number, and then you go and you make your car, and that's kind of cool, I guess, and go power all the way because it's awesome. But after that, you all funnel into a bigger room. It's kind of like the Haunted Mansion. You funnel into another room. And I just had a really bad experience, and that's why it's appearing on this list, where it got backed up, and then one room emptied, my room emptied, and we all tried to get, it's like a really wide hallway, and it doesn't narrow down for a little bit, so we had like 8 people lining up, and it was just a mess. And then the next room opened up, and they tried to like skip all of us that were waiting, and it was just a disaster. And we had like 50 people in that room, that tiny room, and oh my goodness, my claustrophobia was just going, and my anxiety was going, and it was just a disaster. And I just don't understand how someone would do that. I don't understand why a cast member would allow that to happen. I don't know why they wouldn't look and be like, that room is full, let me slow this down. Because after that, another room opened up, like not even 5 minutes after that, and the line still hadn't moved that much, so we were stuck with 3 rooms of people after they made their cars, and it was just a disaster. I absolutely hated it, and that is why this ride is making it into the top 10 worst queues, just because of that room alone. It is awful. Decent ride, not really my favorite, but yeah. What can you do? We're going back to Animal Kingdom in Dino Land, USA. At number 5, we have Primeval Whirl. There's nothing to this queue. I once made the huge mistake of waiting in a 45-minute line for this ride. There's no theming in the line at all. It's just a lot of down and backs, and it's not that great. Not a great ride either. But yeah, I waited in line because, some people in my family, some smaller children, are like, oh my gosh, let's ride that roller coaster ride. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I don't want to be a jerk and be like, no, we're not riding that ride. That ride is terrible. But yeah, I actually rode it. It was pretty terrible. The line was just, I nearly started hitting my head against the wall. I was just on my phone the whole time. It was terrible. Terrible attraction, terrible queue. Well worth the top 5 spot. A top 5 spot. And then at number 4, we're going back over to Epcot and Future World in the Land Pavilion. We will be talking about Soarin'. I do not like this ride one bit, and the queue doesn't make up for the ride at all. It's like, it's too wide, It's just a really wide hallway that you walk down, and it seems like it lasts forever, and people, try and skip ahead of you, and it's just a mess. I hate the ride too. Ugh, it's terrible. I can't say that enough. It's horrible. Don't ever ride it. It's terrible. Unless you ride it and you get B2 or B1 or B3, then you should ride it. It's a good ride. But other than that, it's terrible. Don't ride it. And also, they have like a game there. It's kind of lame. You can't really keep track of your score. It's kind of stupid. But, and you don't really stay in that room for that long. But don't ride this ride. Unless it's like a really low wait, then I would say get on it. You might as well. And I like hearing Krunk's voice over the safety briefing. That's the best part of the ride. Kuska. Okay, Emperor's New Groove reference. Watch the movie if you have not. It's amazing. At number 3, we're going back to Animal Kingdom. Surprise, surprise. We're talking about the Navi River journey. This line sucks, and I guess they just spent all the budget on Flight of Passage because that line is amazing, and the ride is amazing. This queue is pointless in Navi River journey, and the ride is pointless. So, cool. You might as well just stay in the land and look at everything. You'll get the same thing out of it. Nothing really endearing about this line or the ride, so stay off of it. And usually there's like a 60-minute wait for this ride, which is, oh my goodness, it's mind-blowing. I don't understand it. Like, don't ride it. Don't get in this line unless you waste a fastpass selection on it. Then I guess ride it, because you don't really get in the line that much. You just basically walk onto the ride. So, all right, at number 2, we are going to be staying at Animal Kingdom, and we're going to talk about another river ride, and it is the Kali River Rapids. This ride will probably show up on every worst list as well, and this queue is just like Kilimanjaro Safaris. Is just a long pathway with nothingness in the hot sun. It's just a hot, long walkway in the sun to a very disappointing attraction. Just stay away from this ride. It's terrible. Don't ever get on it. Unless you would like to waste, I think, like 10 minutes of your life. No, the ride time's not even 10 minutes probably. It's like 5 minutes. It's really short. It's stupid. It's pointless. Unnecessary. But the line is also stupid, pointless, and unnecessary, and don't ever ride it in your life. You're welcome. All right, and last but certainly least, at number 1, we're going back to Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland. It is the Tomorrowland Speedway. You get in line here to a stupid facade, and you're just in the down and back queue in the hot Florida sun, and you just smell these fumes, and you probably are going to have throat cancer by the time you get on this ride, and then you're going to break all your bones while you ride this ride. Then you're just sorry that this ride just messes you up, but, it does. It's a terrible ride, and the fumes, the fumes are just disgusting. Oh my goodness, I can't stand the fumes. I can't stand this ride. It is well deserving of this top spot, definitely. And somehow this has waits of like 45 minutes. And let me just tell you, I would rather do probably everything in the Magic Kingdom before I get on this ride. I am a 6 foot tall 21-year-old, and I would rather get on the Barnstormer than ride Tomorrowland Speedway. And the Barnstormer is not very comfortable for me. But yeah, Tomorrowland Speedway sucks. Don't ever ride it. It's horrible. The line is horrible. You'll just be sweating, smelling fumes for like the entire wait time. So yeah, if you want to go through that pain, enjoy yourself. I will not be joining you. Okay, and that is our list. Let's count them down. At number 10, we have Spaceship Earth. Number 9, Small World. Number 8, Buzz Lightyear, which is terrible. Don't ride it. Number 7, Kilimanjaro Safaris. Awesome ride. Terrible queue. Ride it. Number 6, Test Track. Old version. Ride it. Definitely. Wait in the queue. It was cool. New version. I guess ride it if it's a shorter wait. At number 5, Primeval Whirl. Never ride it. Terrible attraction, terrible queue. Pointless. Number 4, Soarin'. don't really care for the ride, don't care for the line, but ride it if it's a short wait. It's kind of cool. And if you've never seen an IMAX movie, definitely ride it. If you like CGI and if you like stupid effects, ride Soarin', definitely. It'll get you going. Number 3, Navi River Journey. Pointless, stupid, unnecessary, a waste of space. They should have just put more outside theming instead of this attraction. Should put another restaurant. That restaurant, Satuli Canteen's amazing. Or they should have just extended the budget and actually made a ride worth building. This ride right now, pointless, hate it. It preys on the misinformed people. Yeah, never ride it. Stupid line, stupid ride, period. Number 2, Kali River Rapids. Ugh. A water ride where you don't get wet sometimes, but you could get soaked. So, I mean, whatever you want to do. But me personally, I would never ride this ride in a million years, but I also have very bad experiences with it. But don't ride it. Honestly, don't ride it. It's stupid, pointless. Number 1, Tomorrowland Speedway. If you want throat cancer and if you want severely broken bones and several bruises on your body, definitely ride it. Like, awesome. But it's horrible. Don't ride it. Horrible, 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 horrible attraction. Waste of space. Should be absolutely demolished. I don't understand why you would take over cast member areas behind the scenes to build Tron whenever you had this stupid attraction right here that takes up a ton of space for no reason. It's stupid. Like, destroy this ride. I'm going to make a petition. Destroy Tomorrowland Speedway. Put something else on it. But yeah, that will conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you next time for another podcast. Have a great week, everybody. Goodbye.